everyone, this is La Contra. In this video for the beginners playlist, I'm going to be showing you how to draft basic bodies without bust dots. Please, before we start, like, share, subscribe, hit on the notification bells to get notifications for future videos. The method I want to show you now is very easy. The bodice is easy to draft and the bodice is quite versatile, okay? Just that it's not as detailed as the other one. So you need the following measurement across back: armhole circumference, chest line, which is armhole divided by 2, bust point, waistline. In this one, you're going to be using the same waistline for front and back, unlike the other one. You're also going to be needing bust circumference, you need waist circumference, and you also need bust span. The bust span can be derived by dividing the bust circumference by 4 and then subtracting 1.5. Okay, that's the bust span. So with that, we can begin drafting. So here I've drawn out my rectangle. The width is determined by the bust circumference and the length is determined by the length of the bodice, which is the waistline. So here's shoulder line, the chest line, the bust point line in front, and then the waistline for front and back, same level. So next thing is on the shoulder line and on the chest line, I'm going to mark half of across back measurement. So that's 7 inches. I'm going to connect those points together. I'm going to repeat the same on the back. Right now I'm marking half of across back measurement on shoulder and chest line. I'm going to connect the points together, just like that. So the next thing, I'm going to be marking my neck width, which is 3.5 inches. And then my neck depth, about 4 inches. Okay, on the across back line, I'm going to mark 1 inch down from the shoulder, and then from this 1 inch mark, I'm going to draw my actual shoulder line. Okay, so you can see that slanted shoulder line. I'm going to square from the center front at the neck depth, and then with my curve, I'm going to complete the neckline curve, just like that. From the shoulder tip at the across back line, measure to the chest line and mark the midpoint. From the midpoint, square in by 3/4 of an inch. Just like that. So next thing, on the chest line, you're going to be marking 1/4 of your bust circumference. So bust circumference is 34. 1/4 of that is 8.5, just like that. And then on the waistline, you're going to mark 1/4 of waist circumference plus 1 inch for dart intake. 1/4 of 25 is 6¼ plus 1 inch for dart intake, 7¼ yes. And then with my ruler, I'm going to draw the sideline from the bust measurement to the waist measurement, just like that. That's the sideline. So next up, I'm on the waistline and on the bust point line, I'm going to mark half of bust span. Okay, from the center front, just like I'm doing. Connect the points to draw the bust span line. There you go, bust span line. So from the bust point, measure and mark about 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch down, because your dart mustn't get to the bust point. Then mark 1/2 inch on both sides of the bust span line. Draw out your dart legs. Then with your armhole curve, draw the armhole curve as you see me do. Be very attentive. Voila, just like that. Okay, so the front bodice is ready. I'm going to be moving to the back bodice. Then later on, I'm going to add side seam allowance, armhole allowance, all around. So here, on the back bodice, I'm going to mark the neck width, which is 3 inches. Neck depth for back is 1, and then 1 inch down from the across back line, and then I'm going to draw a shoulder slant like that. I'll square in from the neck depth, and with my French curve I'll complete the neckline curve. Next thing you want to do is you measure from shoulder tip to chest line and mark the midpoint. You square in by half of an inch, that's 0.5 inch. Yep. So after doing that, you're going to alter the center back from chest to waistline. So on the waistline, you're going to measure and mark 1 inch from the center back, and then from chest to waistline, you're going to draw a slanted line to the waistline. Okay, so in doing that, you've altered the center back at the waistline. So next thing, on the chest line, you're going to measure and mark quarter of bust circumference, 8.5. And then from that slant on the waistline, you're going to measure and mark quarter of waist circumference plus 1 inch for dart intake. Connect the points together from chest line to waistline. So the next thing you want to do is from the original center back, measure and mark half of bust span measurement on the waist and on the chest line. Connect the points together to get your bust span line. So for dart intake, measure and mark half inch on both sides of the bust span line, half inch here, and then draw the dart legs to get to the chest line. Just like that. So I'm going to complete the armhole with my French curve. So position your curve very well and then draw your armhole like so. That's right. So now I'm adding zipper allowance 1 inch. I urge you to watch the other video on basic bodies with bust darts. Okay, it's more detailed than this one. You get more info there, especially how I drew the rectangle, the demarcation, and what have you, how to mark chest line and co. So I've added seam allowance, as you can see. This basic bodice is very versatile. You can make it into a blouse. You could also convert it into a basic dress. I'm going to be showing you in future videos, okay? And right now you could attach it to a peplum. So I'm going to cut out right now. So here we have it, front and back bodies ready. Leave your questions and comment in the comment section. Please like, share, subscribe, hit on the notification bell. Stay tuned for more videos in the beginners playlist. Bye. I remain La Contra.